Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Happy Monday, April 22nd, 2024. Apparently, it's Earth Day, so happy birthday, Gaia. I'm sure there's no correlation, but let's just create one. Or what's the name that they say she likes to be called now? Not Gaia anymore. It's something else. I heard somebody say it before. I can't think of it. I'm not familiar enough with it. It was new to me when I heard it. I heard somebody say it, and I was like, oh, is that so? But apparently there's another name for the earth, because even the earth has evolved into a new creature or entity in some regard. Apparently, I don't know. That part I'm a bit ignorant on, but I guess I should do some research, eh? Either way, I hope you're doing well as an inhabitant of the earth. I was out and about in the earth today, which is why I'm coming to the table quite late, so I'm not sure when exactly this is going to post. But what I will probably do is post the full moon message tomorrow, since it's not happening until about 7 p.m. tomorrow. It's a late one in the day. So I'll try to post my full moon message as early as possible, and hopefully it'll actually post before that time. But I'm not prepared to really go too deep into it right now because I was out and about. So we're just going to get a quick message here and call it a day. What do you say? King of Cups. Interesting. King of Cups. I ain't going to give him too much life. Ooh. Probably for that reason. This either could be a King of Cups who is a wish fulfillment, or who, let's see, there's something secretive about, it could be about this King of Cups. Yeah, and this identity of the King of Cups is what's secretive. That is like it's given like, I hate to put this out as soon as we start. Is this for real? Like, well, first of all, this is definitely giving Scorpio vibes, and the full moon is in Scorpio, so there's that. But the Nine of Cups is given, I feel like secrets in the closet, or just a secret persona of a King of Cups. Like, in one regard, he is a loving king, compassionate and kind and nurturing, and one facade of him. But then there's another aspect of him, if not the true aspect altogether, with the high priestess, like, that is an alter ego, maybe, who is, with the King of Cups, he's super composed and master of his emotions. But with the Nine of Cups, it's like, oh, maybe perhaps a little overzealous, or overindulgent in some ways. There's some exuberance here with the Nine of Cups that, I don't know, sometimes with the Nine of Cups, it's not all it's cracked up to be. But let's see what else we got. Remember, the High Priestess is here. Eight of Wands, yeah, some tension and potential backfire, or perhaps an attack. Definitely some tension, some competition, maybe some confusion. Ooh. Against an empress. It's on the bottom. Okay. How can I say this? An empress energy has been under attack, or is, but the impact of that attack is not going to be what it was intended. I'm sensing that it's actually going to be more empowering than it is detrimental. Yep, with the Six of Wands here, that what may have been meant to be debilitating is actually going to be I was trying to find a good D word because it's crazy when I watch back sometimes and I'm stuck for a word, I always hear it right away, like such and such, like, damn, why couldn't I think of that while I was in the video? So I've been trying to I've thought to give myself a little bit more time, but sometimes when you're trying to think of something and there's dead air or dead space, when you're in the middle of the video, it feels like an eternity. When you're listening to it, it doesn't feel quite so dramatic, but in the midst of it, it's like you just want to hurry up and move on. Like radio silence almost is a no-no. But radio silence, I felt something on that when I said that. These could even maybe be like radio waves. So this could be communication. So some type of transmission that is being like information coming from a lot of different mediums here. And the difference between the 8 and the 6 is 2 of Wands. So it's for the purposes of wanting to incite this Empress to some call to action, or kind of like provoke a response or a reaction. That's what this point of attack is. It may not be physical. It could just be energetic, or it could be you know, literally like information, like people coming to you with intel, or sending messages your way to provoke some activity. Because otherwise the Empress is sitting pretty. You know, she's not really she's not really too eager to advance in any one direction or another unless she feels guided to, you know. But this is feeling like some energy, perhaps, yeah. Why though? It's given that it could be on account of this King of Cups right up under it. And the medium is emotional manipulation. That's why I was feeling funny about this King of Cups and Nine of Cups. That there's one presentation of persona, of character, I should say, but then there's something else behind. Because sometimes I see this Nine of Cups is almost like a curtain, like there's something behind the scenes, a motivation or a motive, intention behind the scenes that is supposed to be secretive, unknown, concealed. That's the true source of this impact here. But like I said, here we are with the Six of Wands, and what's that? Yeah, it's not really coming through the way that it was intended to. There's some type of guard up here, and somebody's already moving on to where it is that they may be moving, i.e. the Empress may be on a forward march in some regard, but it's not on account of how this energetic force is looking to manipulate her to go. And it's interesting because the King of Cups could be like a father figure. The Empress is definitely motherly vibes, right? But given the difference and even with the Two of Cups here, I don't know, like if you're a mom, this could be like a baby daddy type of situation where there could be some disconnect or discrepancy between you and a partner or ex-partner, or like I said, between the mother of your children or the father of your children. Hell, it could even be a father or a mother type of energy. But what's interesting to me is that it's the Empress here and the King of Cups. If that is a father, why is his ranking so much lesser than the Empress? Is given that somebody has a great emotional, I would even say angry, the way that I see the difference between this nine. It's like they act like some way in public, but behind the scenes there's something very smug about this Nine of Cups, almost a little bit sinister. And then for this to be the offspring of this energy with the Eight of Wands, something untrustworthy about this frequency of patriarch here. And as I was going to say, it's like somebody has a great emotional investment in something, but I'm going to just say how I feel it. It's like one of those situations where it's like let's just put it plain, and it's kind of ghetto, but I'm gonna say it how I feel it. Like a baby daddy that ain't doing nothing, ain't really contributing to the well-being of, taking care of the kids or the household or whatever. Or it even could be a partner minus the kids, but it's because it's the Empress that I'm really like, it's given baby daddy, baby mama vibes. And the Empress is bearing the brunt of, the stability and security for the family or for the kids. Whereas the King of Cups, it's like he feels a whole lot, has a whole lot to say regarding how the Empress should move or what she should do or shouldn't be doing. And if you're a single mom, and hopefully this is not your story, you don't know, but you may know, you may be able to relate to this idea of, someone that has a whole lot of input, but not a lot of, how can I say it? A whole lot of input, but ain't really putting in. How about that? Like got a lot to say about what you do and what you don't do, or what demands they may have. Yeah, definitely giving demands, but they're not really contributing much of anything productive to be able to really call those shots. But here's the Two of Cups. So what's the Two of Cups about? What's on the bottom? Three of Cups. Like a third party situation or some type of celebration. I don't know. Because on the upswing, like I said, it could be a loving king that is well fulfilled spiritually and that wants to communicate to an empress for the purposes of, a contract. But I don't know why I just got all that other energy before I got to that. Because in the upright, that could be the case and it would make sense. But I know when I feel what I feel and why I feel it. And with that Five of Wands energy, it's some type of conflict here. That's in the way. If the better perspective of the story is true, there's still some type of conflict. Maybe that's it, with all of what I just said, where there is someone that has an interest in communicating with an object of their affection for the purposes of connection, commitment, coming together in some serious way, like some elevated expression of partnership here with the Two of Cups, and a loving expression of partnership, even if it's friends or intimate. There's something here where two people are on the same page. There's something on the sidelines, though, that obviously caught my peripheral before I could get to that, and that is the distraction. Because why did I see all of that, even in the uprightness of these cards, before I could see that? That's the issue. That there's some interference or some, hell, it could be a baby daddy that doesn't want to see somebody move on, or a baby mama that doesn't want to see somebody move on, or a mom or dad that wants to be interfering in someone's progression in some way, that has an opinion. I don't know, but why does it matter is the question. Why does it matter? Is it because just for the point of awareness, of knowing, to be on guard in either regard, to be open to the possibility of something great, but also considerate of some opposition on the sidelines that may kind of be like watching for an opportunity to, I just heard invade. Ugh, I don't even like that word. To invade, either invade your privacy or invade your progress, maybe evade your progress. Yeah, there's some energy here, like I said, with that high priestess, that it's like maybe it wants to be concealed or secretive, or maybe it thinks it is, but for whatever reason, I just saw it. It's like I just saw somebody's closet swing open, and I didn't even speak on all the things that I saw, but I said that I felt like some skeletons in the closet type of energy here, where somebody has some ulterior motive or sinister motive for either on the lowest vibration, why they want to interject like not interject, but like intercept. Yeah, intercept something that is unfolding, or just a whole lot of God, what is this? It's like it's like for all the good that's coming towards someone, there's just as much. It's like a race. What the freak is this? It's like a race to. Both of those energies are almost like trying to race to a point of like to a divine destination. It's something about that. Like two energies are trying to like get to a point, one to acquire something, one to intercept something. And it may or may not be physical, but it's definitely energetic. Because there's something that is, there's a celebration in holding for either side that gets their way. But only one can truly do so, is what I'm hearing. Like there's only one side that's going to be pleased. It's not a compromise as it would be with the Two of Cups. Like if the energy that is looking to oppose gets their way, or gets to whatever point of completion, destination, whatever it is looking to do, then it will be satisfied and gratified. The other side would not, of course, but the vice versa. It's like only one side stands to be devastated or elated. Those are the only two options, and it can't be both at the same time, unfortunately, because it's not that type of circumstance. It's like either one side is going to be completely elated or the other side devastated, or vice versa. The issue is the high vibrational aspect of it all is what deserves to revel in the elation because of its motivation and come from. The side of this that just wants to be obstinate or to interfere or be destructive or intercept or whatever unjustifiably doesn't deserve to be elated. They deserve to be devastated in whatever way, shape, and form we're talking about here, because the motive is off. But my thing is still, why does it even, like, what's on this side? What's under here? Yeah, here's this advancement here. I feel like somebody's like reckless a little bit, maybe even a little bit, not a little bit, a lot impulsive toward this advancement. Like reckless is the word, you know, a little bit desperate, I would say, to either stop something, block it, or I don't know. This is weird. Ooh, and it gets worse. Yeah, but that's what I thought though. Yeah. Then it's not gonna be here is the devastation though. And I'm foreseeing it as devastation. It as the Seven of Pentacles is not really devastation, you know, in its own right, but it's just that somebody is putting a lot of energy and effort toward an outcome that when it's all said and done, they're still not going to yield what they intended to. And this is obstinate. This is that energy that's enraged, looking to intercept, interfere, feeling entitled to some territory or some person, place, or thing. And it just feels very aggressive, which is a self-destructive energy at this time. Without good cause, you know. But I think the reason why it's like, why do we need to know? It's because somebody's so relentless that they're not even willing to listen to their own intuition or their own, you know, like they can't be told anything that would truly stop them from self-destructing at this point by way of pursuing this advantage. They don't see how it puts them at a disadvantage. So it may be important to know, especially us going into the full moon energy in Scorpio, that somebody's on a rampage and they can't, and maybe with the Hermit card, to protect your energy, as it was with that Seven of Wands, to stay grounded, hold your ground, stay protected, and know that somebody's on the rampage, but it's not going to yield what they want it to yield. And it's like, the reason why I needed to see this whole facade here on site is because it may not look like this is not rampage. This is not a rampage persona here with the King of Cups or even the Nine of Cups. This is somebody that appears to be cool, calm, collected, that, you know, is somebody that you could potentially trust, that you wouldn't feel a threat by, you wouldn't feel would harm you, you know, that may even present themselves to love you, or maybe someone that you did love at one point in time. Like I said, the whole baby daddy, baby mama situation, like we see a lot of crazy stuff happening in the news with like people that are very close to people, and they get into a little squabble and it turns into something just tragic. And, you know, there's no way to turn back the hands of time, because in the heat of a moment, you would never think that somebody that you ever loved or ever professed to love you would ever do any harm to you. So even if there was a disagreement, which is what that could be with that Five of Wands and then the Eight of Wands, even if there was a disagreement or some conflict, hell, it could be an all-out screaming match. You still wouldn't imagine that somebody would like pull out a weapon or physically assault you, or, you know, energetically bruise you, even with their words, you know, or, you know, project anything bad towards you, even if it's not person to person. Like, you just still wouldn't imagine that there could be a certain rage within someone. And we're talking about Scorpio energy, so that's a deep, dark current of psychological I don't even know what to call it, you know, like psychological waves, you know, like you never know how deep those waters go, really, unless they allow you to take the plunge, and usually you still will never know, because sometimes I don't even think they fully know, like until sometimes it's too late, or, you know, like there's some depths of the psyche that just never get excavated, you know. But anyway, I'm saying that not as a dig towards any Scorpios at all, but I'm saying that the energy of Scorpio is very dark and deep and mysterious and even obsessive at times, is what it can be said to be, or to even be an attractive energy of obsession. So in any way you splice it, when you say that with all that I said, that somebody doesn't look the part, but it's here. I feel it. I know what I feel. And if you tap into me, then you have to at least connect on that regard, that usually when I say what I feel, it usually comes out in the wash. So, and I'm asking the question, like, why do we need to know this? And it's because it's a matter of being protective. The Hermit card is like really kind of keeping to yourself at this time, maybe even staying in the house for real, like actually, or at least staying in a position of security that is like staying in solitude in some way, shape, or form that is secure. You know, I don't know your life, and I certainly can't pretend to be the expert on how you should live it. And certainly if you gotta go out, you gotta go out. But I'll say I went out today, and I always have a good time no matter what, because, you know, I bring the sunshine with me everywhere I go. But I will say that it was strange out and about. It was strange. And I was actually grateful that I went out today. I mean, I wouldn't be caught, let me not say that. I wouldn't be caught outside. You know what I was about to say. I wouldn't step outside tomorrow, personally. But perhaps you may need to. Maybe you need to go to work or go to school or do whatever it is that, you know, is required to keep your life going. But I would certainly, if anything, be mindful about who you're around and what places and spaces you're traveling to, without it being absolutely necessary. If there is any question in your soul as to whether or not you got to go here or there or anywhere, then I would say take the chance to sit that one out, stay home, or wait a few days or whatever. Like, if you can take a day, cool. If you can't, you know, this is not doom and gloom or any me being, you know, fear mongering in any way, but because I'm saying it, it must be something valuable to even say, so much that if you can be a bit more secluded in your energy, it might be a good idea to do so. Just leave it at that, because there's some energy out here, and it may not even be directly toward you. It may just be a universal frequency that's out and about. I mean, we got the Eight of Wands here, you know, and my thing is, what you don't want to do is get caught in a crossfire on account of something that may not have even really been meant for you, but you were in a place or a space or with a person that your better judgment warned you otherwise, and now here you go catching a stray. You know, it's like, not to mention to be out and about, or to be to accept an invitation that you don't even really feel all that great about, and it end up being something, I don't know, like I'm feeling setup vibes, or like something weird here, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So that's confirming for me. And then we got the Ace of Wands up under. Yeah, something, it's powerful. Whatever's coming through, it's transformative. And that could absolutely be in a good way. Like I said, either way, what could be meant to be destructive is not going to be. However, get into the fact that the Empress is on her throne. The point is not to be lured into some experience that, like I said earlier, the Empress is not drawn to, she's not provoked to react or respond or move in any way that she doesn't feel assured to do so. Yeah. So it's like your integrity is what protects you. You being in the position and place that you know is sacred and sound for you, which is your throne, whatever that gets to be. And it's not about a place, it's more about a sacred space, like a being. So if you feel guided to go to this place or that place or do this or that, truthfully, you'll, like I said, you take the sunshine with you. You'll be straight. But it's what I'm really getting to is when you're feeling a conflict in your energy about what you should react, respond to, or take action on, or agree to, commit to. Two of Cups. It could be something you had on the calendar for months, and you're like, you about to get dressed, and something in your spirit just says, don't go. And you start making all these excuses like, but I already RSVP, but I'm already halfway dressed. And, everything even in your environment is telling you like, don't do it. The sitter canceled, so now you got to scramble and get another one. Or one of the kids is not well, so you really don't want to leave them with the sitter. You go to, put on the outfit that you want to wear, and like you break the zipper, and now you got to scramble to find something else. Like everything is kind of leading you. This is just a very primitive example, but everything. Yes, Two of Swords. Everything is leading. And this could be an invitation or something like that as well with the Ace of Wands, an opportunity that seems like, yeah, this is like indecision, but it could also be indifference. So you could be in the space, as I'm saying, it's like, but what about making all these concessions as to why you should go against the grain of what you're feeling, really pushing against your pure passion here, when really you should be, you could be indifferent to what the result may be, and what the return on that, the results may be on making that decision, and more so thoughtful about what makes sense in the moment, because that could be the deal breaker. Yeah, it's something here, like I don't know what to say, but it's weird. Like I feel the energy more than I can say. Ooh, wow. Yeah. What's on the bottom? And the Wheel of Fortune. What? This is so wild. So this is that no, or that refusal, or missing an opportunity, or rejecting an opportunity or an invitation. Oh wow. And it's like this wheel could go one way or the other. So you could take that opportunity and end up in a karmic state here with the Five of Cups, in despair. Or you could refuse it and just miss this moment. It's a fated event though, either way. But I still feel like the fate really is determined by your decision. It's something about decision making here and discerning. Knowing when an opportunity is, when it's necessary to accept or reject something, even if it looks good or sounds good, maybe even has the memory you know, the potential to feel good with the Cups energy is why I'm saying that. This is like, with this Wheel of Fortune here, it's feeling like a fateful moment. Like a deal breaker type of moment, you know? Let me get another one. And here's the Ten of Cups. Yep. It's a lot on the line. And there's the Hermit again. So not only is this about perhaps like being in your own space, or, you know, being in solitude, it's also about going within to make a wise decision, because there's a lot on the line. This is your happiness on the line here. And I'm still thoughtful about what this Emperor is here. Is this the matter of you taking full authority over your peace and happiness to make the decision within your own power? Again, not being persuaded or provoked in any particular way except for, you know, what feels right to you. That's what I feel like it is. Yeah, because if anything, yeah, this is like an upgrade situation. So here you go from the Empress. Like I said, it's like somebody may be under scrutiny or attack, or just under the target of some projection of sorts, whatever that gets to be. Emotional manipulation, maybe because it's an Empress energy, so it's assumed that you can emotionally manipulate that energy that typically would be more on the emotional side as a feminine. But somebody finds out that it's not that black and white, you know, that their calculations were misguided, and that what was supposed to be an aggravated assault actually ends up being an upgrade. So somebody goes from not just being the Empress, but now to the Emperor, where they're not just the receptive, powerful force, they're the proactive, powerful force. The top of the food chain. Now in the authority to not just react and respond to an attack, but actually to initiate one if need be. I'm not saying that that's the inevitability here, but that's the power that someone may be sitting in, to the point where it's like, I mean, the Ace of Wands and the Emperor, the only saving grace truly is the Ten of Cups and the Hermit card. Otherwise, I would be thoughtful that this could be somebody whose power is like, they may be out of control. With the Ace of Wands and the Emperor, that's somebody who has hella power and is not afraid to use it. But I would say with the Ace and the Emperor and the Hermit that there is wisdom there. That is somebody that would know how to wield their power fairly and with control, and would be thoughtful about what they have to protect more so than what they have to gain is what I'm thinking. So I don't even know what this is about. Unless this, like I said, this is you that has upgraded to this place where it's like you're no longer so much dependent. Not that all feminines are, but when we're talking about the difference between masculine and feminine, it's like somebody's being upgraded from just being in a position to kind of protect and, you know, guard their space, their position, their power, their creativity to project it forthright. And that was not in the plans for those that as I said, have some sinister plot or secret plan to intercept this energy. And it could be the coming together of both. I mean, I'm skipping over that, and don't ask me why, but we got the Two of Cups here and the Ten of Cups. It could very well be the physical alignment of two very powerful forces here between the Empress and the Emperor. And there being a great effort by energies that may or may not have been well identified up until a certain point, up until now, or maybe still not with that Five of Wands that we saw earlier. But there's an existence of some opposition and competition here, seen or unseen, and it's like it didn't really matter, because what's going to be is what's going to be. Yeah. What's going to be is what's going to be. Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. I'm going to say that maybe that oppositional energy mismanaged their time and the cues to walk away. Like I was saying, yeah, that makes sense. There's some imbalance here. There's some energetic imbalance. So, okay, because here it is at the Seven of Pentacles. So the anger is about what they've lost, whether it be in time, energy, effort, actual money, resources, or just losing in general. But there's somebody's balancing a loss here. And that's the motivation of this aggression with the Knight of Swords. They don't like the loss that they took, and somebody wants to avenge it. But it's given that somebody's going to lose that much more to continue to make this advance. But that's what I was saying before, like somebody is not getting the cue to walk away. Well, they're going to have to eventually, and the thing is, it matters. I think when I kept asking, like, why do we care, is because somebody's so relentless that they can't be stopped in doing whatever this is that they feel so inclined to do. They can't be reasoned with. They are not connected to their intuition at this point to make a wise decision. Otherwise, they're angry and aggressive. They're feeling like they've lost or they're missing out on something. So it's like there's too much energy behind this charge, as it was with the Knight of Wands. Like somebody's way too impulsive at this time to be reasoned with. However, like I said, they'll cancel themselves out on account of that recklessness before they truly make impact or contact with you or with whatever the intended target is, especially as long as that intended target is well protected and shrouded in integrity. And it seems like that's the case here. Individually, collectively, that somebody is sitting pretty secure at this time on account of what they know to be true for themselves, not on account of any, any provocations or temptations, just knowing in wisdom where they need to be and where they don't, is good enough for them. Not needing to prove anything to anybody, not needing to, not needing to buck the system, well, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna show you, or, not trying to challenge any, just not trying to poke the bear, poke the beast, not trying to show nobody up or prove nobody wrong or call nobody out. It's just like, I'm sitting here doing what I do, minding my business, tending to my own affairs, and in the masculine and feminine form, checking in with my higher self, my supreme being, and source almighty. And if almighty itself don't tell me that I need to react, respond, move, go, stand up, if Simon don't say, spirit don't say, do this or that, I'm not doing it. The difference between you and any opposition is that they're not checking in with spirit. It's not a spirit says type of situation. It's what their pride, their ego, their impulses, their fears are promoting them to do, which is why that's a very dangerous place to be, because you could get yourself caught up in anything in that regard and usually not end up with much to show for it. Sitting in a spirit says, Simon says position, as it is with the Empress and the Emperor, sometimes it might not be the most immediately gratifying place to see, immediate results, or to know that if you've taken sometimes people feel like to take matters into their own hands is the ultimate control. To be fully, what's the word that I'm looking for? To fully dominate a situation or dictate, that's what it is. To dictate a situation means that you have the ultimate power. But sometimes to just sit still and wait to be guided, whether it be from the inside out or the outside in, is the power move. No matter what's going on, it could be 100, 8 arrows flying by your head, but maybe you sitting still is what allows you to avert that contact or that impact. The moment you flinch in fear or jump up to, to counterattack might be the time that you get struck by one of those flying arrows. Sometimes it matters to just let the opposition wear itself out until they have no more to give before you react or respond in any way, shape, or form, if you ever do. It may not even be worth it to do so at that point. And what would you have lost on account of temperance and patience, self-control, balance? Nothing. That's where the upgrade in confidence and power and even creativity grows that much more. Imagine your enemy coming at you with everything they got. You know, their entire playbook, their whole hand, everything in their arsenal. Not only have you conserved all of your energy and preserved your power, now you know exactly you know your enemy's whole you know their whole playbook. So I don't know. Strength. Exactly. Like it seems like the more someone sits and reserves and conserves their energy for, shoot, it could just be for more sitting. It may be just conserved and preserved that much that it's not even necessarily being conducted in any particular way. It's just somebody just like tempered, just sitting like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all keep playing. I'm gonna let y'all keep on attacking. Keep firing those darts, shooting those shots, swinging that sword. I'm gonna let you keep doing it. And in the end, not one thing has made full contact. Meanwhile, that adversary is like exhausted, has no more bullets in the chamber. Sword is falling to the wayside. Their arms is tired. They have no more energy left. And you haven't lifted a finger or a muscle. Like this is either what someone has done on account of attack and great opposition. And as I said, it's only panned out to pretty much just make somebody stronger, more advanced, more courageous, more confident, more tempered, more creative, just more of a force to be reckoned with than when it all started. And they still have their integrity intact because they haven't even yet launched an attack, even at this point. Perhaps haven't endured much. Still haven't launched any type of attack that would have depreciated their honor in any way, which is why it keeps advancing. Now we at the Lovers with the Strength card. Oh, there's the competition again. Because some individuals can't stand it. They can't stand to see someone that has chosen to just mind their business, drink their water, and focus on their own growth and expansion. It doesn't make sense to some folks. It has them like trying to recalculate, like, hold up. And instead of it sending them to some energies into, to be inspired to do that for themselves, they start to become agitated to compete or to challenge that posture of existence because either they don't understand it or they envy it in such a way that, you know, it provokes people to feel insecure is what it does. Is that what we're all talking about here, really, when it comes down to it? Insecurity? I guess that is quite a dangerous spirit. Insecurity and envy, hand in hand, could be quite dangerous. Yeah. I think that's what we might be talking about here. I don't even know what the heck this message, for real, it felt so wow, and the high priestess is back out. These are the hidden enemies, or the hidden energy that's been lying dormant behind some folks that have perhaps presented themselves to be alliances, or to be supporters or lovers or friends or family. And yeah, certainly with the 10 of Cups, like this is that. That behind the scenes, perhaps behind your back, behind the curtain, behind the veil, there's been a massive corrupted competition against your ascension. And you probably haven't, you may or may not, depends. If you're in a high priestess energy, you may have an idea, but it could very well be that you have no idea to what extent, or how involved, how intricate of, how involved people were in executing some plan of action in the spirit of this regard, or certainly just in exactly who or how many people were engaged in attacking you, or just being obstinate to you and to you growing in the capacity that you have been ordained to do so. There's something mysterious and mystical about it, though, with the high priestess coming up twice now, and I'm wrapping it up, so this is the end. She came up in the beginning with this energy, and then in the end, this is some serious breakthrough from beyond the veil that may be about to reveal itself. So perhaps the whole point of all of this is to, no matter what the information is or what the revelation is, to remember the position that you occupy, and know that that comes with its own secret security and protection. That no matter how threatening the opposition may seem, because it might be a matter of the things that get revealed may be a bit astounding to some degree. And okay, now it's making sense. So the revelation of whatever has been going on behind the veil, behind the scenes, in the dark, beneath the surface, secret corridors of your life, may be revealed in such a way. Particularly think about the transits that we're in. We're talking about Scorpio full moon, pardon me. We're talking about this most recent Uranus-Jupiter conjunction in Taurus. And Uranus is still, it's going to be in Taurus. So it's been there and it's going to be there. So there's that impact. But Jupiter's there, so it could be, it's like we're talking about your material world here that could be impacted in a way that you just didn't see coming. Could be shocking and surprising. And still winding down toward the end of Mercury retrograde. Thank God. I know I can speak for more than myself when I say that. So with all of this in play, like the intensity of what could be revealed, or what information or activity, confrontation, action, whatever could come your way, could be passion provoking. It could be, but allow it to be pure passion, to just fuel you that much more and empower you that much more to stand your ground. Stay 10 toes down, know exactly how empowered you are to make sound, wise, conscious decisions that are not provoked by anyone else's emotional projections, by anybody else's words, or even their actions. That as long as ain't nobody touching you and ain't nobody invading your personal space, even if they appear to have the audacity to try, that it still shouldn't provoke you to anything but confidence, temperance, and control. Everything that is divine to you is perfectly intact as long as you maintain that grounding. You are perfectly intact as long as you maintain that grounding. Don't push yourself out of that security zone, that has been ordained and secured for you, by your own intentions. Don't allow yourself to be drawn into any type of confrontation or temptation that is not germane to what you're building for yourself and for your legacy, because nothing really matters outside of that. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to answer to anyone. You don't owe anyone anything, not even an explanation. You certainly don't owe anyone your time or your energy. Hopefully you don't only want any money. But if you do, hell, that's what Cash App and Zelle and Venmo is for, and PayPal. It's like, you don't have to be provoked to do anything outside of your purest passion that you don't feel comfortable with. And if anything is trying to call of you out of your skin, out of this secure sanctity in your mind, body, and spirit, between you and your source, it's an automatic red flag. Automatic. And the only thing there's no need to panic, even in the presence of a red flag. It just means that you get to secure your position that much more from right where you are. Because the energy is out here, and this is the second time that this has come out. It peaked out and now it's out. So there's a lot of conflicting, and the good thing is that this opposition is probably more in conflict with itself at this time, which is what I mean about it's kind of self-destructive. That anything that it would even try to hurl against you as an attack would end up backfiring anyway. But you still get to be proactive and reactive in your own protection by securing your own integrity. Let the opposition tire itself out, acting out of alignment with their own higher selves. That's between them, their supreme, and their source. That has nothing to do with you. Exactly. Queen of Swords. Completely detached, except for the things that matter to her. This is like double integrity here, like honorable in your decision making, objective, and still graceful at the same time. It's like there's no room for guilt or shame or disdain in this energy. Not at all. It's not even personal. It's like, if it's not contributing to my ascension, to my righteousness, to my sanctity, to the sanctuary of energy, that the sanctity that is my energetic force field, in a productive way, then it's dismissed. It's as simple as that. If it poses any threat, it's automatically just dismissed from my mind field. It doesn't even get to live, to exist in that space. It's not personal. I love the saying that, what is that saying? Like, it's not personal. What is it? It's vibrational. Is that the saying? Yeah, I think that is. I've seen that saying around, like, it's not personal, it's vibrational. If it's not on the frequency that I'm on, it just can't exist here right now. It's just what it is. And consider the selectivity of the Empress and the Emperor. Who's going to check them? Who's going to challenge their perspective, their decision? But the Supreme Source, of which a good Empress or Emperor would answer to, would check in with. But outside of that, it's like doing what's best for self as a good Empress or good Emperor automatically translates into what's best for the people. Best for whomever you serve or whomever you are beholden to. But it's not dictated by. Nope. So there's something strange here. Like, this felt really janky to try to get out, but the point is to just continue to protect your energy and be assured and affirmed that your seat is secure and you are secure in it. Yep, that's that. Everything else is like, just leave it to its own devices, I suppose. So, thank you for listening and watching. Until next time, as always, I'll leave you with peace.